Welcome to the Why Not Us podcast. We're just a few dudes navigating life and talking about it. Thanks for listening.
That's a industrial fridge he's got in the background there.
That is that belongs in like a
I think it's
restaurant.
new. I can't tell. I don't know.
Where are you right now?
Just in a little neighborhood about 10 minutes from our house.
Are you at a friend's house?
No, just I guess that's a family friend of Emily's aunt and uncle. We started watching their dog last year when she goes on these trips for Andrea Bocelli's tour.
For whose tour?
Andrea Bocelli. He's a like world-renowned opera singer.
Yeah, I was gonna say opera.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the lady you are house sitting for works for that person?
Yeah, like works for him when he does U.S. tours.
Wow.
So I think he's in here. I was looking at it last night. To the 15th or 16th is like when he's in the States till, and both her kids are in college, so they can't watch the dog. And she, I think, is divorced. I don't know. I never asked. I think that's the case. But
What is her job with the orchestra?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what she does other than like tour management is the best way. But it would be what I would call it. I'm sure there's like an actual term for her.
Man, that
pretty good
sounds
job.
like
It's a damn industrial fridge she's got in the background. I mean, that's
Well,
restaurant quality.
well, we can always tell too, like what kind of wine is there, what type of whiskey's there, you know.
Jordan, I don't know.
Is there something hidden away?
She doesn't have a full-time job either, Jordan. So I can't figure it out. Like, again, she might have gotten money in the divorce. I'm not sure. Like,
He has a good job.
Well, if she's like doing tour management, I mean, that's like a huge deal. Even if
she works
a couple times a year. I mean,
only a couple times a year, Jones, and she has another job at the county, like where I work. So that's
So she really doesn't work. We know, yeah.
So I don't know. I really have no idea. So they're in San Fran Thursday, Saturday in Vegas, Anaheim, Indy, Columbus. Let's see. I'm just looking at the dates on here.
Man, I wish
Boston,
I knew what she
Bridgeport, Long Island, New York, and Savannah, and then ends in Miami on the 18th.
So. That sounds super interesting, man. We need to find out more about this because I'm like, I would ask her a million questions.
Yeah, and like I said, she's awesome. I just don't know, what she does or job wise. It's a beautiful little home here. So and maybe she is her place. I don't mean to judge. I hope that it doesn't come off the wrong way. I don't mean to.
She's probably a big fan of the pod, and you're going to get zinged and.
I hope not. I didn't mean that negatively. Yeah. I just was trying to be like honest. Like I have no idea how. Like, because if I look this up on Zillow, I bet it's a $600,000 home, even though it's like not very big. It's just where it is and located in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
How are you guys? It's been a while. I feel like we talked a little bit last week, but we were so busy with family and stuff. It was like everybody was pretty busy last week. So how are things going?
Good.
Yeah, no complaints here. I got back Saturday from hanging out with family. So yeah, man, cannot complain. $650,000 home, by the way, $650,000.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say, like, if she's got a full-time job plus doing that on the side, like, she's definitely doing.
Well, and it's not a full-time job, Jones. None of these are full-time. I don't think I was clear enough on the county job. Is like she's a like consultant.
Oh yeah, she's at six figures.
Well, 2 halftimes.
No, it's not, Jordan. If you're Jones, you work for the county.
A consultant plus doing that on the side, yeah, I'd say she's making 6 figures easy.
I would disagree.
Like a couple of my contracts are part-time, right? I mean, I won't share
Jones, the county, if you're a consultant for the county, you're making like $20 an hour, if that.
Is Jones low-key telling us he makes 6 figures right now?
No, I'm just saying.
Like, my contract.
I'm just saying, if you're a consultant, like a couple of those contracts can be like just a few hours a week, but you're still making like exponentially more than what you would make if you were working full-time for.
Maybe the consultant's not the right word. Like contracted worker. I don't know. It's $20 an hour. Like probably.
That's probably right. She's a contract worker. They don't have to pay her benefits, probably.
Yeah. She's not full-time by any means.
Contract, right then.
Like maybe 20 or 30 hours a week, if that.
Working under 40, you got to work 39 and a half.
Yeah, I would say she makes more money doing the tour stuff than anything, but I have no idea. You should see these county salaries we're paying people.
That's ridiculous. Hang on.
Can we look that up?
We're paying people less than $25,000 a year to work in our office, just so you know.
That's sad. That's a sad day.
Absolutely is.
It's below the poverty line.
We got a beer here for episode 17, guys.
Yeehaw!
I really didn't want a beer tonight, but you know what?
If we're recording, you got to have it.
Got to have it. If we're going to click record, the beer's got to be poured and the beer has to be drank. We got Yeehaw beer, Yeehaw Brewing Company. Joey, you might not have ever seen this one. Not familiar with it. This one is in Johnson City, Tennessee. So this is a fairly, I guess it's been around for a while, but still fairly new, I guess, in the beer world. But it's in the eastern part of the state of Tennessee in Johnson City. I think the guy that founded it used to own Old Smoky, but he sold it, made a bunch of money from Old Smoky, and then invested into the brewery in Johnson City. But they have like distribution everywhere, like in the region, like all across the state of Tennessee, Virginia now, and probably North Carolina now too. But it's a pretty massive brewery in Johnson
Yeah, there's one
City.
in Greenville, South Carolina. I saw one when we were down there for Luke's wedding.
Oh, they got a tap room there now?
Yeah.
Or a pilot brewery. You see that a lot now. Like
Pigeon Forge, I believe. Asheville. Are they in one in Asheville? No
there
Asheville?
no, not in Nashville, but there might be one in Nashville.
I was gonna say maybe Nashville, but I didn't know if Asheville had them.
But you see that with some of these breweries, like I was thinking like Highwire Brewing Company, they're like headquartered in Asheville. That's where the main brewery is. They actually have two breweries in Asheville, but then they have like other tap rooms and like pilot breweries in other states. Part of it's like branding, but another part of it is like they can get around like self-distribution laws too if they have like a plant in other states. But like Highwire has one in Louisville, Kentucky, randomly. Being from Asheville, they have one in Durham, North Carolina. I want to say they put one in Nashville too. But just yeah, a lot of investment in plants all all over the place. It's
So
kind of
this,
interesting. Like the retail side, you don't make much. It's
by the way, did we talk about this before I got here? This pro lighting you got going on here, Jones, officially?
oh yeah, dude. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was saying.
I'm in my like cabin room and I've
Uh-huh.
got the lights turned totally off and I've just got like my LED light and
Is it one or two?
it's just one.
One. Okay.
I've got two of them, but I just set up one because I was too lazy to set up the second one.
And
Let's talk about some holiday catch ups here. All right. So we were in Asheville last week, had a blast. And we got there on what, Saturday? I think, yeah, Saturday. We went to a Nate Bargatze show, which we talked about last week, on Sunday. And I think that might have been my first like comedy show of that size. I don't know if I've been to I can't remember if I've been to a smaller one or not, but it was pretty awesome. He was hilarious. That he had like four guys like open up for him. They were like okay. I guess they all go on tour together. But he was the main act and he was definitely like a lot sharper by far from all the other ones. And he was just so funny. The night was fun. Like it was in the auditorium in Asheville, which I'd never been in, and it probably seated, I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000 people. It was totally packed.
Where is it in Asheville? Where's the auditorium?
Well, it's the convention center. It used to be the US Bank, like convention center or whatever.
Yeah, it's now it's Harrah's.
What's it called now?
Now it's Harrah. Harrah's sponsors the
Harrah's?
convention center. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the convention center plus you've got the auditorium.
Okay.
And they're in the same building. So the convention center, it probably is like, I don't know, 6,000, 7,000 seats, maybe a little bit more. It seemed like they're about the same size as the arena here in Pikeville, which is around 7,000 seats. I got to saw Mumford & Sons on that stage before. That was cool. But the auditorium is in a separate room, which we really didn't know until I walked into like the empty convention center room. And I was like, wait a second, this is probably not where it's at. Kelly's like, it's actually this way. So we go to the auditorium and it was nice. I mean, it was like, you could tell it'd been there for a long time. It was old, like the seats were like fold down cushion seats. I mean, it was pretty nice, but think that now after we've seen like a comedy show of that size, it's like we should probably find some more to go to. That was pretty fun. And we
That's awesome.
laughed like the whole time, you know. The dude
Yeah.
was hilarious. A lot of good jokes. I know Jordan, you went to go see Chad and what's his name recently. But is it
JT.
JT? Was that the first comedy show you've been to, or you've been to more than that?
I've been to a couple. I enjoy them.
I know Joey, you've been to some small ones with Toll.
Yeah, he did his own. I'm trying to think if I've actually been to any other on the cruise ships. I would go. That was some of the entertainment in college. On the cruise ship, there was always a comedian. So I think I've been to 2 of those. Otherwise, I don't know if I've been to one. I have to would have to really think hard about that, to be honest with you. Man, you're gonna make me think. But no, I think just the cruise ships and tolls one.
I saw looked up and they had like the shows that are coming up or whatever, and Steve-O is coming there.
Oh,
I was like, that would be awesome to go see. He's changed a lot. Obviously since
sober.
Jackass. Yeah, completely sober. Good dude.
Yeah.
Probably still crazy as all get out, I'm sure, in different ways, but
Oh yeah. As far as my Thanksgiving goes, though, I was MVP of the Turkey Bowl.
Were you the all-time quarterback?
No, I mean I should be, right? I'm not like trying to toot my own horn, but like in that setting, like there are not many good options, right? Like so, I move up the pecking order, but I let everybody have a turn. I'm on my team. So
I'll let everybody have a turn. How about the quick release on the young man? Little lefty from Richmond. How about it?
right.
We saw the video.
But didn't make the paper, man. I wasn't in the photo of the paper. What the hell? Jordan, where'd you see that, by the way? On Facebook?
Was that real? Was that real, or was that
Yeah,
just
someone tagged you in it. One of your aunts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. We sent it to the local paper. They put it in the paper.
I saw y'all did your annual fish fry on Friday night. She posted photos of that.
We did do fish. My dad requested fish and mashed potatoes and excuse me, fish and mac and cheese and French fries. My uncle made fried up fries with the fryer.
I just can't believe that made the news. That's hilarious.
Yeah, realize
it's
where
awesome.
we are. And we know people who write that stuff. So we said,
O'Toole's
hey,
run that town.
How big? How big?
It's smaller than your town, like 400 or 500, Jones, probably, if that.
Well, Haysaw's smaller than that.
Is it really?
If you look in the city limits, yeah, way smaller. Actually, it's probably around the same. I don't know.
I'd be curious, honestly. But I think my uncle who married into the family, his brother, works for the newspaper.
There's the connection.
They were going to maybe do more of a write-up on it, but they just didn't have enough room in the sports section, honestly, for the day. So they had to cover the NFL.
Tionesta, Pennsylvania population as of 2021, 481.
Okay, there you go, 500.
Where is it at again? Say it again. The town?
Tionesta, Pennsylvania.
Tionesta, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Tionesta.
And that's where most of your family is?
529. So we actually bigger than somebody.
I bet they have a stoplight though, Jordan.
Nope, they don't. They don't, Jones.
Oh, something in common.
Hey, question, how many pizza restaurants y'all got?
Here we go.
Unfortunately, just one now.
We've got 3. So we got you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. It sucks because,
how many pharmacies?
I don't think any anymore.
We got 2.
It's a dying town. It sucks when you go. It's awesome. I love it there, but it sucks to go and see.
Yeah.
Not the degradation of the town, but just the grocery store is depressing.
Yeah.
There's only a couple places to drink beer. There's only a couple places to one gas station. Things have just slowly closed.
Yeah.
There
was 0 places really to drink beer in Haysaw. I mean,
really?
There was one place that tried to do it. What was it called? Black something, Jordan, there for a little bit.
I think you forget about a little place up on Big Ridge.
What about Martha's?
Martha's, yeah, you get a beer. That's best burger in town at Martha's.
Yeah. It used to be called Buster's, then it turned into Martha, or was it Martha's and then Buster's?
Buster's, then Martha's.
The clergy would know. He lived right beside of it, basically.
Yeah.
But there was, I can't remember what the restaurant was called. It was pretty decent. And then a Mexican restaurant went in after they closed, and then they didn't make it. But we really didn't, in downtown, in the town limits, there was not a place to go have a drink. But it's sad going back home and
it's just hard to. I mean, like it sucks because like I know my dad grew up there. Like my family, a lot of my family still lives there. Like, and I like think of it in like 20 or 30 years, and I'm like, there's a golf course there, so like that'll keep some people coming and.
Yeah.
But like I'm like, man, like how does this stuff like what do these people do like? And I love it so much. It's like got a big piece of my heart. So it just like hurts it a little bit when I've got to like go back and see how depressing it is, like,
Yeah.
as far as, like, industry goes. When you
Yeah.
knew, like, back in the day, it was a bustling town, a lot of people,
Right.
like, drones, they like, I don't know what you guys do for sports teams, but they've had to, like, combine sports teams with other schools, like, for
Yeah.
years now.
Yeah. We just consolidated, uh, within the last 10 years.
2015, I guess.
Is
Sports
that
teams
it?
too?
Yeah.
No,
Everybody.
schools, 3 school,
Schools.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking, like, you don't consolidate the schools. You have to, like, go somewhere else to play another sport.
oh, Little League, yeah, they've combined Little Leagues within the
No,
last
no, like,
I got you. Like
high school sports,
they
like
canceled the sports, and so they had to go to another school to play sports. Is that what you're saying?
No, 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 they don't have enough kids at their school to do the sport, so they've gotta go to another school to,
Oh,
like, you become one school for the sport, but you go to 2 separate high schools.
wow.
No, we didn't do that. We had enough kids. We had enough kids to
Like,
play.
that's what I mean, like, so, like, half the kids are from East Forest and half of them are from West Forest, if that makes sense, or they pull from, like I kid you not, guys, they pull from, like, the local, like, youth shelter. I say youth shelter, it's not, troubled youth area, like, they'll pull some kids from that school.
Huh.
Uh, that kinda stuff, unfortunately, because there's not enough people.
Right. That's crazy. Haysaw's really, it's kind of sitting on a gold mine with the breaks being right there.
Really.
The Breaks Interstate Park.
Mhm.
It's the Grand Canyon of the South. It is
You say
Still need
absolutely gorgeous,
I still
and
need to get the Hayside, guys, still need to get there.
we should take a trip. It'd be
been to
great.
Pound.
I have been to Bound.
You've seen enough. You've been to Pound.
But the Sky Bridge or whatever that's in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, it's like the tallest bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
You walk across it.
Mhm.
Um, the Breaks Interstate Park has put one in there that's bigger than that.
Okay.
So it should be like a pretty big tourist destination. It's pretty big already, but it's like a lot of like older folk that go there.
Mhm.
Um, but if it becomes like a big thing, you've got like Elkhorn City and Hayside like right beside. Elkhorn City's in Kentucky, Hayside's in Virginia, and both of those towns could flourish from that if people will go there.
Nice. We also did a walk for my mom over Thanksgiving. We just walk around the little
Oh, cool.
this little like island with a lighthouse on it now. Well, if you guys ever come, I've been trying to get people to come to Tynesta for years just because how awesome it is. But my aunt made shirts, so we got new shirts and stuff. A little Pennsylvania logo on it up there, obviously. Um,
We almost came that one year. You were really working on Cronin.
right?
Yeah.
For reasons we shouldn't discuss on here. But did that. And we did like a little like clothes fundraiser for her as well that my aunt like organized for the clothes closet as well that we have down in one of the hospitals in Virginia. But yeah, other than that, that was all I did, guys. I know we got long here on this, but
No,
yeah,
that's cool. It was good. It's good content, man. We stay on topics for the content.
for the content.
For the
But
content.
it's fun. Like I've got like we had I think 25 at our Thanksgiving. Of probably we can get up to 50 now. I think we had half of them there. So
Any good college stories from cousin? What's his name?
cousin Patrick,
Cousin Patrick of Tennessee.
um, he's just saying he's having a blast, man. Like
Did he go to every game this year?
he went to every game. Like he obviously loved the Alabama game. He was saying he lives
The
like
kid we saw a picture of?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
He lives like within walking distance of like a Raising Cane's. So like he gets canes all the time on the meal plan. I
That's
think he's loving being
sweet.
in the South too from being in the North. He's getting exposure to all these little fast food chains, Cookout, Raising Cane's. He mentioned Zaxby's. Um,
You're salivating as he's
oh,
talking.
dude, I literally was. I was like, oh, dude, you're killing me right now. He's like 19, but he's slugging beers with us late night, whatever, so in the comfort of your own home. His parents didn't seem to mind, so that was good too.
Don't worry, I'll
Um,
maybe edit that out. So
no, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. He doesn't care.
good for him.
So he's having a blast though. He's having a blast. So he said he went to one basketball game so far. I think the first one,
It's better when conference play starts. So
but yeah, he didn't have anything too crazy. We didn't. get to talk too much like alone about it.
Did he have a hard time getting tickets to the Alabama game? Is it like a lottery like you
I
all
don't know,
used to
man.
do
I
at the
didn't
Tech
ask. I
games?
should have asked. Because we also play tons of games. We have a pool table up there, so we're playing pool, we're playing people, we're playing three
Joey
ball.
is so bad at pool, man. Gosh, we remember at the
Oh,
cabin when we all beat Joey. I
oh my
mean,
god, that never
it was
happened.
cool.
First off, that's a false thing. But yeah, people, cutthroat, three ball we were playing, and then I played some euchre some nights too.
Oh,
So oh yeah, there's always something going on, always something to do, and obviously ate tons of food. Then my one uncle got COVID.
Oh
So,
man,
about 15, 20 years ago, he had organized a family letter writing campaign to my one cousin who was in the military, who couldn't be around for the holidays. So we did it for him this time. We organized a campaign for him to say how much we missed him at Thanksgiving dinner. So I think he'll get those letters in the mail in a couple weeks. So he'll probably appreciate that. We're gonna stagger him, so he gets some telling him how much we missed him. So, but yeah.
that's cool, man.
which uncle was wearing the Kansas City helmet for like a 12-year-old?
Oh, that's Uncle Ken. He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
That's right. Yeah.
That was in the that was a picture from the paper, right?
Yeah.
It's so classic.
Well,
So,
we're like, wow, that's a large kid. No, it's just a grown ass man.
I
yeah,
think
it
that
really was.
I think
It
that
really
would be me though. If this was something you did every year, I would definitely do something like that.
Oh yeah, you should see some of the outfits through the years too, Jones.
It's so
And the
awesome.
game's for fun nowadays. I think back in the day it was a little more serious than it used to be. I mean, it used to be more serious, excuse me. But
Traditions like that are just so cool.
you
Like
gotta play, man.
we don't have anything like that. So it's pretty awesome that you all do that.
What did it say, Jordan? I think the caption 49th year or something like that. I don't know how many years it was.
Yeah, it was. I enjoy O'Toole family gatherings. I enjoy hearing about them.
How many generations are in the games?
You'll have to come. This time technically we had my one cousin's kid played a couple downs and then he got caught in the middle of something and it was done and he said the sun was in his eyes. Poor kid. He's like 5 or 6. So he's the youngest that played, and he didn't even get to play an offensive possession, honestly. He only played like 3 or 4 plays on defense, and that was it. So my dad's a couple of my dad's brothers played, then my generation, I guess technically, and then the younger generation. So 3 in theory.
Sweet.
So but yeah, I mean it's
Max
very
effort
weird.
given by some of those guys out there.
What's that?
I said some max effort given by some of those guys out
I
there.
mean, and Max is different for as varying levels too of Max. My one uncle who played like just got a new hip this year, so he was like, my other Uncle Ken, the one with the helmet on, Jordan was getting a new hip this year as well.
Oh my gosh.
He's had some knee injuries. Like he dropped a couple balls. Like I hit him in the hands perfectly on 2 passes that he dropped both of them. And I'm like, I was impressed he even like went to get the ball on some of them that he like when they hit him in the hands. I'm like, man, I hope he doesn't like blow a knee out. He's had knee issues. So like my dad doesn't even play anymore. My one uncle didn't play, who usually would play because of knee issues. So, and granted, they're all in their 60s. You got to realize this, guys. Like, so it's
Needless
fun.
to say, Uncle Sean didn't find his next big signee out there on the field.
No, he did not. No, he did not. But his guy at Auburn right now, Chance Westry, he's got a guy at Auburn right now. He on the basketball team. So
I think it's so great that y'all choose football to play every year like that and not like go out and play golf, or something.
my uncles, everybody hates golf.
Oh, really?
Only my generation plays golf. Nobody else does.
I think you should play tackle. Like, screw that 2-hand touch stuff.
Dude, I think they may have back in the day in some capacity. I need to ask.
I bet they did.
You know what's fun is flag football is pretty fun.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. I wish I had played like football in general growing up like you.
Did you play on his team in college?
No, he never would invite me because I wasn't quote unquote good enough.
Quan, man.
Quan was only Southwest Virginia kids.
For the most part,
For the
yes.
most part.
Yeah.
You were
If
close
you were
to
an
being
athletic girl, you were on the team no matter where you're from.
I love to hear those stories, man.
I'm bitter, man. I tried for years, and I wasn't good enough. But to be honest with you, they were so much better than I was. But I always just wanted to be a part of winning.
Some of those athletes on that team should have been playing D1 somewhere, probably.
Absolutely.
Or they could have.
You had Nick Harmon was on the basketball side, and he had Jonathan Keegan from Powell Valley. Who else did he have? He had another kid from
Mario. Mario was from out that way somewhere.
Yeah, I think he went George Wythe. He had a ton of kids.
I can't remember the girls that were on the squad.
He had the one girl from Council that didn't he date her for a little bit?
Oh yeah.
The basketball player.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd be a little squirmy if we mention some of that stuff. I'll probably have to edit that out. Beep. Just a long beat.
Beep.
But last week was a freaking blast, and then you get to Sunday and it's like, oh crud.
Oh,
it's back to work.
Dude, I was so bummed last night laying in bed. I was like, I don't know. I want to get up. I almost called off. I was like, I'm not going to work.
We
literally
knocked it all there.
For us to get in a better mood, what we did last night was watch a movie on Apple TV called Spirited with
Will Ferrell
and Will Ferrell, and it is great.
Was it good?
It's really good. It's a long one. It's like probably a little over 2 hours, but it is a really good Christmas movie. It's like a musical comedy, and I think Will Ferrell may have produced it and wrote a lot of it. It was really, really good.
Sorry, as I'm sitting here, the other issue we had this weekend was we were worried about running out of beer. So my cousin just texted the group and said, forgot to tell Uncle Denny this, but I walked into work at 8 a.m. Friday morning and Corey Johnson says to me, Nolan, did your family really have Dombrowski open the beverage to buy icy light? Because it was closed on Thanksgiving. And we had some guy, and Nolan's answer was yes, we did, Corey. Like, so somehow at his job, somebody found out that we had called somebody to open up the beverage, and I'm sure we did cash in hand as opposed to probably get us in trouble. We shouldn't, but we had to call somebody to make sure we had enough beer. So
we got lucky. Ingles in Black Mountain was open on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I don't know if it was open for all the hours or whatever, but I forgot the ginger beer because I was making like a pumpkin margarita and I needed ginger beer to top it off, and I forgot to go get it. We got all this stuff to cook, and I forgot to get all my ingredients for the cocktail. So I had to run back out right in the middle of when I was cooking other stuff. I was like, we got to have the cocktail. I'm going to get ginger beer. But it ended up being really good.
Good.
It was like cider, ginger beer, tequila, cinnamon, pumpkin spread, like pumpkin butter, which I'd never used in a cocktail before.
Pumpkin. Wow.
Yeah, it was super good. You couldn't drink more than just like, one, because it's a little bit sweeter,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a sweet kind of cocktail person, but day drinking, having some tequila, in the middle of the day, then switch to beer.
Love that.
Watch the World Cup. That was pretty fun. That was probably the only time I've watched like a full soccer game.
Really? The first time?
Beginning to end, yeah.
I caught hell from my uncles all day about it. Like, they didn't want to be watching that game, and I made them all watch it.
And it ended up being 0-0.
I know that they're pissed. I was like, you guys don't have to sit here. And they were like, no. We're gonna watch this soccer game.
A lot of freaking chances too, man. It was like, dang, nobody could score.
That's classic soccer.
I need to know how many cases of beer y'all have to go get on Thanksgiving.
I don't know, but at 8 a.m., I guess my uncle was over there at the beverage.
That's dedication.
Was that much drink Wednesday night?
Yeah, we did drink a lot Wednesday night. Yeah.
How'd you feel, man? Did you
I didn't go too overboard. I was gonna get a little bad Thursday, Friday probably was the night for me, but dinner hit and I stopped drinking it after dinner. But I was feeling pretty damn good going into dinner.
That's awesome.
But no hungover, Joey. That was good news for me. I didn't feel like crap ever.
You didn't have to
we
sleep
had Hank
for
with
6
us
hours?
Too. What's that?
You didn't have to nap for 6 hours to try.
No, exactly. And then we had Hank with us as well. So he just was taking up our time, and he stayed at my aunt's house across the street. So my one uncle hates dogs. So he wouldn't want to see it.
Must be allergies, right, Jordan?
There was a Claritin I think taken before one of my guests came to Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell us about having the clergy coming over.
Yeah. My parents came down for Thanksgiving, and then we had some guests that didn't have any Thanksgiving plans that day. So the clergy and his family came over. So we had a nice little Thanksgiving.
Awesome. The food, everything turned out okay?
Yeah, Jess cooked all day.
Nice.
Had a beautiful bronze on her turkey. It looked like a TV turkey. So
Did it taste good? That was my next question.
it was. It was. The clergy ate several pieces of turkey.
Love it.
Very good.
Shout out Jess.
I tell you what's hard about cooking that big of a meal like Thanksgiving is like making sure all the food is like hot when it's served.
Yeah.
It is really, really tough. So all the people that prepare it, like it's a big job.
Absolutely.
But it was yeah, that's awesome. We saw the one picture maybe or video of well, I'm not
Of
gonna say her name.
of his daughter, yeah, playing with Riley. She was playing with all of his dog toys. She
Oh,
running around
really?
squeaking like chickens and pigs and
I
stuff.
couldn't see what was in that video. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, it was like a plat or a rubber chicken that like squeak or like makes a noise, and she was
That
like,
she loved. Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Got it.
And he
Got
was like, "Please take that away from her."
it.
Sorry to interrupt the program, but we wanted to let you know that Why Not Us is brought to you by Lincoln Road Roastery based in Kentucky. Lincoln Road is a coffee roastery and cold brew coffee and tea brewery. If you want good coffee, sparkling tea, or kombucha, look no further than Lincoln Road. They have locations in Norton, Virginia and Pikeville, Kentucky, or you can also visit their website at lincolnroad.coffee to receive coffee every month, and you can also check out some of the cool merch they have as well. Lincoln Road reminds us all to drink good coffee and do good things. Use code WhyNotUsPod to receive 10% off of your order. Back to the program.
Dude, real quick, Jones, I want to talk about you getting 1,000 subscribers. Tell us more about that and the interactions more with the
Oh yeah.
video.
Yeah, we'll
That's how you're getting that 6-figure salary, right?
yeah. Not quite yet. That's a zero
Just-
salary job there.
Just pennies though, right? Now if you qualify for monetization, I know early on it's just like pennies, right?
It all depends on your viewership. Depends on your like average view duration. Like there's a lot of different factors
Mhm.
on like how much you get paid. Because like, think about all the videos that you watch on YouTube and how many times you just click skip ads. Like
Oh, yeah.
you're just waiting to click skip ads. So it depends on like how long a viewer like stays and watch those ads for how much they pay you.
Oh, that's part of it too.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different like variables to it. So I mean, it's really hard to like, make a lot of money on YouTube just from like AdSense.
Gotcha.
So like the key really for me, what I'm trying to do is like build the following and then get some like viewership and then find like a sponsor or two or something like that that's like into what I'm trying to do. That's really where you make money.
Got it.
Yeah. I kind of learned that. I mean, you can make quite a bit of money from the AdSense alone, but it's really hard to just like, pump it out and trying to rely on that and not have
Pump it up.
sponsorships, brand deals, or something like that along
No, I
with
hear
it.
you. I hear you. But so you're at 100,000 views and 1,000 subscribers now, right? On that video?
Yeah, so that one video, like I think I had maybe like 20 subscribers when I posted it or something like that. And that was from like, just a few years of me being on YouTube. I really hadn't like tried to do anything on YouTube until recently. And then I think I posted like 8 vlogs or something like that and had this idea to go like start this adventures in business kind of like like playlist on my channel. And I had a connection with this YouTuber and I was like, it'd be kind of cool to go to the behind the scenes with him. Posted it, and over the last week, it's gotten 100,000 views, and subscribers went up to like I think it's like at 1,050 or something right now. It's just kind of crazy. And remember when we talked about it a couple of weeks ago? It was like he said that I might get 50,000 views, and you may have said like, "Well, I don't know about 50, but we'll see how it kind of goes." And then we watched it over the 2 days, and it was like almost to 1,000, and we were
Oh, yeah, I was dead wrong.
excited. And then bam, like it just really YouTube just kept serving the video.
Yeah, you're at
and
101,000 views now.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's it's still trending upwards too. So there's like a graph that YouTube shows you on like how it's trending or whatever, and it's still like trending upwards like this. So it hasn't really dipped down any. So
3,3700 likes.
Are you just dabbing on them?
dabbing on. So this video could potentially, I don't know, 150, 200,000 before it kind of goes down. I don't know.
Wow.
But I won't get paid like much at all from that, just from AdSense, because it took me until like yesterday to apply for AdSense, and then you have to go through this process of getting approved. And I'm still on like in progress on that part of it. And there's like 3 different stages or whatever. And then after I get approved, I think at that point, then I can be have the eligibility to make money from there on. So I will miss out on like 100,000 views to get paid on it, if that makes sense. Because right now you're not watching ads to watch the video, you know. So it's interesting. And we talked about Mr. Beast, dude, and I've been watching so much of his content.
I knew you'd love it, dude. I knew you would love it.
And then I found some like podcasts he had been on. So he's like talking about some of like the kind of the theories and his process and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm into it, man.
Dude, I knew you would love it. It's just more or less like it shows you how he built an empire.
Yeah, and he's not done. That's for sure.
No, and he's has multiple revenue streams now, and like it shows you a lot of the cool things. I think you'll appreciate too is like the anatomy of a video, Jones. Like that's like, and especially the Colin and Samir guy. I don't know if you've watched any of their stuff yet. He's on some of their stuff already, but they talk about just the anatomy of YouTube video, and it's nuts, man.
And YouTube just approved like they just created this like YouTube short program. So like it's going to be much bigger than TikTok. So like TikTok, you don't get paid that much on like getting millions of views because they don't have the budget like YouTube does because it's owned by Google. And so Google is getting ready to throw a bunch of money into YouTube Shorts, and it's going to be interesting to see like what happens. So most of those like big TikTokers are probably going to shift to YouTube because you can make more money from viewership.
Fascinating. Okay.
And he was like, there's 3 things that you really worry about when it comes to like making a video or whatever. It's like the click-through rate, it's the average view duration, and then it's just like making people happy. So content that people want. In the click-through rate, the most important thing is like the thumbnail. So that's why he has like 20 people looking at his thumbnail on like what it's going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to attract you. You got to attract you first to click on it.
Yeah. So 100,000 people have watched my video, but over 1 million people have seen that video. They just haven't clicked on it.
Wow. So you can see that too. Interesting.
Yeah. So you can see like impressions and like how it's been served or whatever. So 10% is what I've got basically. So
is that a normal percentage rate? Is that a normal like?
I don't know. I think he shared some of those numbers, but I think the percentage rate should be like obviously higher.
Oh, it should be, but like I mean, you're new, so.
And what's wild too with him, like he has sub channels in different languages. So his main channel will be in like Portuguese.
Who, Ryan or
no, Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast does, yes. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
So he gets more views in other countries than he does in America, and India is like the #1.
Yeah, it's insane.
And apparently YouTube is like their biggest market is India.
I did not know that.
So I'm learning a lot. Let me just tell you. So I'm glad you told me to go look into it because
I figured
I'm deep.
I figured you would love him. I fell in love with the guy, and I just more or less, I gain a lot of like happiness and whatnot from seeing people that other like, and I enjoy learning about what other people are passionate about. So like watching him grow, and I'm like, and I say grow, I've been watching it for like 2 years, but it's insane. It's insane. I'm not sure if I would be friends with the guy, but just based on what I see on YouTube, right? But that's just through a screen. I have no idea what he really like, but even the way I've seen him interact on some things, I'm like, man, come on, bro. It's not that important.
It'd be hard to be his friend probably because he's just like working all the time.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, right? Lives in the warehouse essentially that they have or has,
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I hardly ever leave my studio. I really don't like to leave, but when we do these videos, obviously I'm traveling a lot, but like in a perfect world, I'm in my studio in North Carolina and I don't go anywhere else.
Well, and his friends are the guys he works with. I mean, and they were just friends anyway. So,
how long do you think it takes him to make one of those like longer form videos? Like,
dude, a couple weeks.
It's a lot longer.
Do you think
from
so?
like start to finish. If they
from like idea to like the end. I thought you meant the actual shooting.
No, for like when they start. So like the Squid Games video, that took them like 6 months to actually do.
Yeah, like from like the beginning of the concept. Yeah.
Because it takes them a couple months to actually build what's going to be in the warehouse or whatever. And then there's the filming process, and then there's the editing process. So they're looking through like thousands of hours of footage, and they're trying to build a story with those hours of footage in like 15 or 20 minutes.
It's crazy.
I mean, and he had 40 cameras like everywhere. Like,
it's insane.
We're getting deep. We're getting too deep.
Sorry, we're getting sidetracked.
I could probably talk for another hour or two, probably 2 hours just on this alone. But the last thing I'll say is I caught up on, he was on the Full Send podcast, is the one I just recently watched like a couple days ago, which is really good. I think the Full Send guys are annoying, but they have some really good guests, like Brian McFarland, the guy that did the Fire Festival. He was on there just recently, so I listened to that. But do you guys know that podcast?
Yeah, you're not a big fan of Nelk Boys?
Yeah, you don't like Nelk Boys? Yeah.
I think they're just annoying douchebags.
Dude, my guy Steve Will Do It got like booted off YouTube.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
Well, I'm not.
Well, you love Bob Menery though. I mean, Bob Menery's not a part of it anymore, but like
Bob
got I liked his videos when he like commentated over like those sports videos or whatever. But when I knew who he was, like after he came out and started to be like in front more, like he just annoyed me, dude. I don't know what it is about him. But yeah, they kicked him out for whatever reason. I was reading about that the other day too. I don't know what happened. I don't think they really share in full detail like what actually happened.
They're not. But
all
right, sorry. We keep droning on. But
we got the World Cup again tomorrow night, or not tomorrow night, during the day.
The 2:00.
2:00. Are you guys going to be trying to watch it at work?
I'll watch it.
Yeah. Jordan, do you can't get away?
Probably not. They got to make it past the group stage.
Yeah.
It's round robin shit. It don't mean nothing.
You got to win. You win and you're in.
Win and you're in.
I was thinking about potentially going to like B-dubs tomorrow and watching the game for a little bit.
Ooh.
I don't know what's going to happen there, but at 3:00, that we were talking about the DVD burning situation,
Oh yeah.
So I found a solution for that. I'm shooting the video tomorrow morning, but I've got I found that Apple has a external like super drive, which I didn't really know about until I started Googling around. But Apple has a super drive that will hook up to your laptop to where you can burn CDs or you can watch DVDs or burn DVDs or whatever. So I figured that out. And then tomorrow at 3, I'm going to take a DVD to the theater and test it to see if it's going to work. So I'll be playing like just one of the random videos that I just did on the big screen tomorrow to see if it works. So we'll see. Well, I'll get to see. Hopefully, the guy will let me video some back there because I want to see like what type of technology they're working with. Is it like one of those some guy back there like rolling the tape?
Yeah, it's the film.
Yeah, the film. I'm kind of interested to see it, honestly. But it's kind of crazy. But anyways, I think I might try to go to B-dubs and watch a little bit of the game. It kind of fires me up after I watch the USA England game.
Dude, I love it. I love it, man. I love watching anything that involves our country doing something on a world stage. I'm all about.
One thing I didn't realize is that there's no timeouts. So there's no commercials.
No, it's great. Absolutely.
I was like, this is wild. You get 45 minutes and there's like no timeouts. There's no commercials. It is just straight action with nobody scoring hardly ever. Get lucky and see a yellow card every now and again,
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna watch more soccer, I think. Football, however, I think we had a clean sweep.
Yeah, we did. Cowboys Thursday night.
Look at us, man.
Jets beat the Little Sisters of the Poor, and then I'd say the Bengals had probably the best win of everybody.
Is this the second week this year that we've had a clean sweep? This is the second time we've aligned here.
Dude, it might be even more than that, Jones, to be honest with you.
Maybe we're a few weeks behind. There's bye weeks, it can get confusing. But I think Mike White looks pretty good, I'll have to say.
Is he going to be the new starter?
He should be from the way he looked.
Right, but they're playing the Bears defense, which is probably the worst defense in the football.
That's
potentially.
True. And this happened to him. When did he come out off the bench? A couple of years ago, probably.
Last year against the Bengals.
Maybe, yeah. And he played extremely well then too. And it seems like the team really likes him too. So I don't know. He could be
He's
the guy.
Good looking dude too.
If he's not the guy for the Jets, he'll go somewhere else and be the guy for that team, I think.
I agree.
I think he's pretty good.
Get up on Geno too quick. Get what he's doing in Seattle.
Yeah, I haven't caught up with him. Is he doing good or not?
Yeah.
Seattle's what, 7-4?
No, 6-5, I think, Jordan.
6-5.
So.
Oh yeah,
So
we're
all 7-4. Joey's 8-3.
Yes.
That must have been a fun game to watch. Did you get to watch the game, or were you all too busy playing two in touch?
Oh no, we watched. We do a pool, family pool. We call it the O Pool. $5. My cousin who was in college actually won it. We do all three games. We try to find like a college game or even college basketball. We did college football. We had the Mississippi State Mississippi game in the pool. So
Egg Bowl. There's all kinds of great college basketball games on this week.
They did, man. Wow,
The Phil Knight birthday party was awesome.
Right. I mean, and so many teams went down. Jordan, I'm worried about the ACC just being bad. That's my concern.
Purdue, man, knocking off Gonzaga and Duke back-to-back nights.
Right.
That's tournament mode right there.
Did Xavier end up beating Gonzaga last night too? I fell asleep or didn't pay attention.
Hang on, I'll double check for you.
It got close late.
Who's going to be the best team this year?
Gonzaga one. There's so much parity, Jones. Even like the smaller teams are better. This transfer portal makes things so much different.
Probably the Richmond Spiders are just going to come out of nowhere.
Alabama UNC game in the 4 overtimes.
That's right too. Alabama North Carolina 4 overtimes. Yes, yeah.
Speaking of the Spiders, did you all see the video of Fat Perez at the game just hammering down on popcorn?
So that was like 2 weeks ago, actually, Jones. I know the guy who took the video.
No way, really?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, Richmond's a small. It's
huge.
City.
It's huge, Joey.
It's
how many people are in Richmond? Look it up.
It's
like 2 million people.
It's small though. Again, I mean the campus as well, and the university. The people that you got to realize my dad worked there for a decade too. But the guy that took that video actually played at Richmond. And played against me in my rival high school. He's a year older than me.
I'm looking up the population right now.
Oh, Richmond's like 1 million, I think.
Oh, it's big.
And you include the greater Richmond area.
Why is my computer not working? It's actually not as many as I thought, which I mean it's still a lot. 226,000.
Oh, gee, I'm way off. Lord.
That's just in Richmond though. So in the greater Richmond area, I think there is like 1 million.
Okay, that's what that makes sense.
Joey's off by you.
Yeah, I was like, that would make more sense. Good God.
Holy shit.
So like Midlothian, that's probably not as part of Richmond.
Yeah, 1.1, right? Jordan. 1.1. Get off me.
And that's what Henrico and
Henrico, Midlothian, Richmond.
Exactly. That's where I was more angling at. Charles City, Chesterfield, Goochland, Hanover, Henrico, New Kent, Powhatan is what in the city.
There's a ton of people in Chesterfield.
In the city. So Midlothian is Chesterfield. But yeah.
I'll tell you what's small is Haysi of 500 people, not 1.5 million is that's a pretty big city.
Yeah.
It's funny
Jones,
that
don't you technically have a Clintwood address?
No.
I thought your mailing address would have been Clintwood address.
No. It was Driftwood Road, man. Haysi.
because Big Ridge is weird. Half of it's considered Clintwood, half of it's considered Hayside.
Yeah, I guess you had to go a little further.
Just a little further down the road, I guess.
Down the road, yeah, to be considered. Yeah, to be considered Clintwood. I can't remember where the cutoff might have been. But yeah, we were Hayside, man. We were Hayside. If I had a Clintwood address, I wouldn't have lived that one down. Probably somebody would have probably gave me some crap in high school or something if I did in sports. Could you imagine if social media was like a big deal, like when we were in high school? It would have been bad.
Probably so.
Like it really didn't exist. Facebook didn't even exist. Like when
That
we were
vacant lot in the mailbox we had up Lick Creek probably would have been been more notarized too.
we had MySpace. That was cool. By the way, Tom needs to come back and take over Twitter. It's a wreck right now.
I think Twitter's
It's
fine, man.
awesome.
Twitter's
It's awesome
fine.
right now. Yeah.
You got just everybody being mad about stuff they should be mad about.
75% of their employees walked out?
Whatever. If they don't want to work there, don't make it. I'm fine with that. I don't have any problem with that, dude. If you got a problem with who owns your company, don't work there. Good for them. That's empowering, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's on
Twitter's
them.
awesome right now. Hugh Freeze is going back in the SEC. Twitter is on fire right now with those hot takes.
No, but Joan, seriously, going back to that real quick, like I have no problem with it's that guy bought the company. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Pardon my language. Like if you agree with it, great. If you don't, take a hike. Who cares?
I think it's just the way he's handling it, you know.
Well, and that's who the guy is. He's weird. He's eccentric.
Well, true, yeah.
But that's what you got to know what you're signing up
that's
for.
That's also why people are mad, you know.
Well, and no offense, and I'm not really. I'm kind of agnostic when it comes to politics, but like these people don't like what he believes in too. So that's part of the issue. So, but like again, if you don't want to work somewhere, don't work there. You go home and move on. You know.
Yeah, I think it's correct. In some ways, it's like it's hard to figure out what he believes in. He's just kind of
he's all over the map. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Just kind of a backwards guy, but definitely just speaks his mind and will just tweet whatever out.
Yeah, it reminds me of Trump, honestly, when it comes to the way he tweets out random ass shit.
Yeah.
So, but I try not to follow this stuff, but you're right. It's almost like you can't keep your eyes off of it right now.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens on that. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like in, a year from now. But he's obviously a smart guy, so he'll be able to rebuild a team pretty quick, I'd say.
I completely agree. And I think you're gonna find people that want to work for Twitter versus that don't want to work for Twitter.
He really needs a CEO that is the person that is kind of running things and handling things in a different way than he is.
Well, I think it'll be him for a while, and then you're right.
Yeah.
He needs to find somebody, but he's got
because people won't go. The culture he's kind of creating, people won't go work for him in that space.
No, I hear you. Well, that's the other thing too. Though he was like, "Dude, we're spending way too much money on free food." Like, I get that. Like, people can't be upset about that stuff. Like,
and that's happening in a lot of tech companies, like Meta. They've laid off 10% of their employees or something like that. Something crazy.
Right.
So they're.
Joe shows up to work a basketball game. There's no free food. He's turning around walking out.
All right, we're going off on a tangent here. Let's switch gears here. Joey's going to bring a good idea. That's a bad idea. Actually, a great idea. That is a bad idea. Which is
so. This happened to me tonight. Like Jones, you texted me and said to bring us one, and I've never experienced this. So the woman here and. This isn't like me coming up with one. This is one that already exists, but that's a fucking terrible idea, in my opinion. Like it's like this heated toilet seat that has a remote control on it.
Oh, okay.
We've stayed here multiple times, but I didn't realize this remote control existed on the ground. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you should use the seat." And I'm like, I don't really understand that because sometimes it will warm up, sometimes it doesn't. But today I realized, there's a remote on the floor here. So I pick up the remote and I start pressing buttons on the remote. And then it starts squirting my ass. And I'm like...
I'm going to say a bidet to the ass for sure.
And I'm like, no. I was like, I did not like this.
I did not sign up for this.
I did not. And I was like, I let it run for a little longer thinking like, am I going to like this? And I'm like, no.
Is that your first bidet experience?
Yeah. I'm like, I know what they are, but
like how you said, I let it run just for like a little bit longer.
Yeah.
See if
And
I was gonna like it or
no.
not.
It's like and then it could dry your butt somehow, and I couldn't quite figure that out either.
How long?
Like
were you
as
on
far as
this
like how it was doing that, like I don't, because I pressed the button and then like it was weird, and I was like, no, I'm out on this. I'm out on this.
Oh my gosh! How long were you on the toilet?
What's that?
How long were you on the toilet?
Oh, after that, I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I was out. But the seat, like I said, it warms sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't warm. So I don't quite understand how the thing works. But again, it's one of those things that, again, it's a good idea, but it's a bad idea for me. This one isn't one that I've come up with, or that we're gonna troll here.
How much do you think that toilet costs?
I don't know. I need to go. Like, it's upstairs. I can go look up what the product's called. But it was not for me. I'll tell you that.
And you can find it on whynotust.media. Use code OTOOL.
Wow.
15 for 15.
It was not for me, guys. It was not for me. I just was like trying to give it a chance to, and I was like, nope. Because I don't know how much it actually cleans anything. You know, I don't.
I have never used a bidet, but I'm I'm for it. If
I've seen them in foreign countries more than anything. That's where
yeah.
And I say it's my first experience. It's my first experience actually trying to use one, I think. Actually, Jones, probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Jordan, have you
and again, I didn't know it was a bidet. That was the other thing.
Jordan's
it's not like a bidet, but it's a bidet. That's the other thing. So I don't quite understand what I got myself into.
Is the whole contraption the toilet seat and everything's connected to the seat?
Yes, somehow. Yes.
We got to get you got to get a picture. Can we get a picture of it? Not like right
also,
now.
too, my question on how a bidet works, is that like filtered water? Or is that toilet bowl water that you?
I got no idea.
No, it's connected to just like a regular water line, so it's not like your toilet bowl water. Like
not sure.
It's just a splitter off of your toilet water line.
Okay.
So you can add one on like pretty easy.
I mean, I can take this computer upstairs with me right now, and we can do a tour real quick. But
we don't have enough time for that.
We really don't, unfortunately.
But we should get a video that we can post later about this.
All right, remind me.
So that would be great.
I'll do a throwback Thursday to me throwing touchdowns in the turkey bowl too.
I think that would be awesome. But you know, the toilet seat warming you up is, I mean, how long does it take to heat up the seat?
I don't understand. That's why I don't understand why it works sometimes and it doesn't. I have no idea, guys. I just sit down. I don't know how this thing works. I have no idea. I didn't know it had remote control. I didn't know it did things until literally tonight. And I've been here, like I said, this is my third time probably staying here over the course of a year now.
We got to run a scan on that remote and just see how much bacteria is on that thing.
I don't know. That's also.
But I guess your phone too. Like you sit there and scroll on your phone too while you use the bathroom. So.
Right.
I bet there's ridiculous amounts of bacteria on our phones.
Absolutely.
Insert the Rux and forever unclean. Forever
unclean. Joey, that is hilarious, man. Thanks for bringing that. I think that is another, I think, great idea. But
it's a little different. A little different of a great idea, bad idea segment for us this week.
If it doesn't work, obviously bad idea.
Yeah.
But I like that you tried it just a little bit longer. Stayed on there. You tried to commit. Right. All right. Fun facts. Did you know my favorite leftover food on Thanksgiving is? We're going to do this Thanksgiving food thing one more time, and we're going to move on to something else next week. But I will say mine first. My favorite leftover food from Thanksgiving this year was the stuffing. I could not get enough of that stuff, man. And I made like a mushroom gravy. We had a little bit of that left over too. And put it on top of it, had a roll with it. Oh man, super good. Like bread, and more bread. That was my favorite this year. Moving on. Who's next?
Jordan.
Mine would be, Jess made these appetizers this year. It was like these croissant rolls with cheese on the inside of them, wrapped in bacon, and it had like this sugar glaze that she like drizzled on the bacon.
Wow.
Yeah, Joey would have.
He's got THO right now.
As long as she didn't burn that bacon, we're all right.
No, the bacon was perfect. Those were the best leftovers this year.
Love it.
Nice. What about you, Joe?
For me, did you know my favorite leftovers from this year's Thanksgiving? I'd say we specify this year would have been the turkey.
Yeah.
Stuffing would be number 2 for me, or close number 2, but we're going with the turkey. We have tons of it left over, and we were making turkey sandwiches the next day. Yeah.
It seems like stuffing gets better the longer it sits.
Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah. How did you all do your turkey this year? Did you just like roast it, bake it?
I think we had 2. I don't know. I'm not paying attention, Jones.
Yeah,
honestly.
you're not caught up in the cooking. You're not.
No.
He's throwing dimes.
He's not in. He's
no. I mean, there's just so many people that take care of that for me. I'm very thankful for that, dude. I don't have to worry about anything. I'll occasionally get asked to bring things downstairs or help people set up the room, or even clean up afterwards. But I'm spoiled in that regard.
No, Joey Football's checking down. He's reading routes, dropping dimes.
Oh man.
On 2, ready.
More to worry about on Thanksgiving.
Red 7. Who's one of your uncles?
Well, on my team, Uncle Ken.
I said, Ken, Red 7, Ken. You guys remember that on Wedding Crashers? Not cracking any bells? All right. Anybody burn the bacon?
The bacon.
Or the turkey?
No.
I don't think I had anything good because of how just great my weekend was. That was everything. You just spend time with family and friends and people you love, and
I think
Emily found a bird. There was a bird in our house today somehow. Apparently.
Wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, I guess it was flying around. I don't know.
Can't get it,
dude. I don't even know how the bird got in the house. We can't figure that out.
Y'all leave that door open a lot.
Sneaky, man.
No, but like it wasn't open all day today, so I don't know if it's been in there prior, Jordan. I'm not sure.
Burned my bacon was probably USA, man, soccer team.
The tie.
I was so committed to watching the game, and there was a tie.
That's part of the course. The men's national team sucks.
Yeah,
has for years.
Yeah. Women still are good, right?
The women traditionally have been good, yes.
We'll see, though.
I think the rest of the world's catching up quickly, but
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
a lot of new faces on that team recently.
There sure are.
Cronin's probably listening to this, just like itching to talk soccer.
But tomorrow, dude, tomorrow at 2:00, they will burn my bacon if we lose tomorrow. Yes, I would give you that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Against Iran.
Yeah. There was some beef going on with that. Did you all see that? With some of the protests and things that were going on with women's rights and Iran is not happy right now.
Iran. It's not Iran.
Sorry, Iran.
As the press conference, Tyler Adams got told by that reporter today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong.
Be prepared. The Middle East likes to punch the United States in the mouth when we're least expecting it. We got to be prepared.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They let our guard down and they get us.
I thought you're getting your beard trimmed, Jordan. By the way, you do not trim your beard.
No, my barber does it.
Oh, but it doesn't look like you got it trimmed.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
So, how often do you go to the barber?
Once a month. I have a standing appointment, third Saturday in the month, 8:00.
Love it.
Nice. Do you have like a good rapport with the barber? You have the same barber every time, and you just like go in there. And
I sit down on a seat. He puts a Western on, and we shoot shit for about 30 minutes.
That's cool. That's cool.
Love
that's
that.
like one of my favorite things. Like my brother-in-law goes to a barber, and that's like one of his favorite things to do. Don't have that problem. Okay.
Hey, you're bald?
You're bald. Oh, I was at this restaurant in Table, and we'll move on to a super high five, but it's this restaurant in Asheville called Table. And when you sit down, there's a big row of like mirrors behind you. Yeah, and I sent you guys that video or picture.
Yes. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And I was like, not really coming in good this year. And I don't see the back of my head very often, And when you see it, it's like, damn, you're super bald, dude. So like I didn't have my hat, and I'm always wearing a hat. And I didn't bring any of my hats, like boggin, flat bills, like nothing last week. So I was bald all week, cold.
And I know we always talk about this, but you were balding like at 26, 20 early,
probably before that, like balding, 23, 24.
Really? I know it was thinning, but it wasn't like balding though.
but I committed probably in like 2014 or 13 or something like that.
Wow.
I was like, no more. But yeah,
mid-20s, yeah.
I was like, yeah, everybody else gets to see that, and it's I don't get to see that side of my head every now, all the time. Moving right along, and I think this is a good one. It's December almost, and Christmas songs are hitting Alexa like crazy these days. We listen to Christmas music right after Halloween, so we've been on it for a while. And it's very popular at bath time for Felix. Right now, he's really into some Christmas songs. So we are doing a super high five Christmas songs. Joey asked if we needed to add the artist, and I was like, nah, but if you want to add that as like an added value to the song, go for it. But super high five Christmas songs. Who wants to go first?
You go.
I'll go first.
You go.
Number 5. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. What a
Have
good,
yourself
a
merry little Christmas.
What a great song. And how about Jordan with the Christmas tree behind him too? Like festive as all get out.
Perfect.
4, I like this song. And I like a folkier version of the song. Go Tell It on the Mountain. Very good song. Very good song. They sing it in my brother-in-law's church quite often. And it's a really good version. 3, I'm going to go with Joy to the World. That song will get you pumped up. Yeah, you agree with that, Joey?
Yeah.
2, my last 2 are a little bit slower, but they're great, great songs. 2, I'm going to go with Oh Holy Night. Very good song, if sang by the right person. And then number 1, there's a lot of different versions of this one too, but Silent Night, I think, is one of my favorite songs for Christmas, or it is my favorite song for Christmas.
Jones, I'd say yours were very more religious.
Yeah, I was expecting "Mary Did You Know" to be number 1. The way
Mary Did You Know?
not like in a bad way, but Mary
I'm
Did
not-
You Know?
There's your way
baby
before.
But no, I did not peg you for
Christmas
those being your
is
top
about
5.
Jesus, Joey. So like
No,
all Christmas songs are probably about Jesus.
Completely understand.
Hey.
I just did not think you would do as, and I say religious. They're not religious, but they are religious. They're more associated with the holiday of Christmas than the fun ones that I chose.
I like Jingle Bells. I like all the other ones that you're probably going to say. I like them all.
Name that Christmas movie.
Jill
Swallow That Baby.
All right, somebody else is going to have to go. Joey.
Go.
I'll go first. Number 5 for me was a song I didn't hear till my adulthood, and I became a fan of it immediately. Christmas Shoes. Good song. Never heard of it. Listen to it. No? Anybody?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Need to.
Gonna have to listen to it.
It's about a boy who wants to buy his dying mother a pair of shoes.
Not about Jesus.
Around Christmas time. Number 4 for me, Frosty the Snowman. Classic.
Oh, good one.
Love the movie as well when it's on TV. Number 3, Last Christmas. Last Christmas.
By the Wham?
Gave you my
heart. The
got the
very
song,
next day.
Who's the guy that dances in Love Actually? What's his name? Is that the movie, or am I getting it wrong?
I don't know. That's where we need the fact checker. Because I don't know.
Checker. Yeah. All right. Moving on. It's
Number
the British
2,
guy.
White Christmas by Bing Crosby. Gotta be by Bing. White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. And number 1 for me is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Always loved as a kid singing just the different things, like a light bulb.
Oh yeah.
Like Pinocchio. And we also at our elementary school we sang Christmas carols every year. It was like an assembly, and everybody went to the assembly and we sang Christmas songs, and it was great. Fond memory of mine growing up from elementary school. So we got 2 minutes. Jordan, always at the end here. Fire away.
Number 5, A Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives.
Holly Jolly. Go ahead.
All of mine are the older. I only listen to holiday traditions on Sirius XM. I don't like any of the new stuff.
I like Christmas classics on Spotify.
Same, yeah. None new crap.
Number 4, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams.
There's the most wonderful time.
Number 3, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas by Perry Como.
I feel like he's reading up the list.
I wrote them down on a list.
Oh, okay.
I wrote mine down.
Same. So did I.
Number 2, I'll Be Home for Christmas by Dean Martin.
Good one.
And number 1, The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole.
That's a good
classic song. It's a line in the movie The Rookie. Dennis Quaid and his son sitting in that diner and they're listening to that song. And that guy's like, Mel Torme wrote that on a beach somewhere in July. It's too good of a song to be playing only one time a year. Play that clip if we can. It's a classic movie too. But
guys, we had 15 different songs.
That's crazy. If I had more time to think about it, I probably would have put some of your alls like in mine. Just ones I didn't even think about.
Makes you think about past Christmases with great aunts and uncles.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Do you guys go to like the candlelight service or anything like that?
Midnight Mass, something like that? Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love going to those. Those are fun. We didn't do that in Hayside, but
I'm not Catholic.
So when I left Hayside, I started doing those, but they're really good on Christmas Eve. Man, go sing some Christmas songs, light a candle, fun times. Well, what a great episode, fellas. Episode 17. It sure is good to see you guys. Took a week off last week. We deserved it. I think we put together a good episode here.
Thanks for stopping by and lending us your ears today. If you like what you heard, check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Why Not Us Media, or stop by our YouTube page, the Why Not Us Media Podcast, or hit up our website at www.whynotus.media.